with Mo Salah and Reece Williams, and with the Welsh name, but he is English. And Nico Williams is the Wales international out at right back. Fabinho. As you rightly said, Stuart, Jordan Henderson played as a centre-back at Southampton in the last game. It is a great opportunity for Liverpool to get out of a little bit of a trough of their own.
The only surprise in the lineup so far is that Sadio Mane is going to play through the middle at the moment. Minamino has come to the left-hand side.
Henderson. Now Salah. I'm sure that the message has been, these young players, just take it step by step, 10 minutes. With Ben Kusene. He's had that little taste of first-team football with Exeter. Very highly thought of. Headed away by the young Aston Villa defensive line, and we'll try and concentrate on the names and not the youthfulness of them, because they're being asked to play a first-team fixture here, and it will be forever on their records. For some, maybe the only one they play, and for some, just the start of being regulars on your screens. Minamino gets that cross in from the left, as you spotted, Stuart. Milner, who turned 35 on Monday. It wasn't the best birthday for him. He came on as a substitute in that defeat at Southampton. Although you feel with Milner, a working birthday is what he would prefer. Kind of professional footballer.
Yeah, got a midfield five, but it's Reiki who will try and get forward and try and support Barry as much as possible,
rather than getting it away.
I think this is going to be the pattern of the game. Liverpool with lots of possession, Aston Villa trying to be compact both at the back and in midfield, and Louis Barry up front by himself.
They actually had this kind of problem with Southampton, who sat in and didn't give them any space for, as the famous front three. Firmino isn't in the starting 11 tonight, but they made one or two chances. I'm sure Mark Delaney will have noted that and said to his players, look, get behind the ball, make it difficult, don't allow any pockets of space for those little 1-2s around the edge of the area that Liverpool are so good at. Deal with the crosses, and that is the problem, as Sadio Mane shows his aerial ability, and Liverpool have got the early lead that one suspected they would be able to grasp.
Well, that's why Liverpool are such a good team. There's so many ways they can score goals. They get players running in behind, they can be intricate round the box like you mentioned there, but they can also get crosses into the box. Mane and Salah, although they're not big players, no Firmino today, they're still good in the air, they're still good at finding space. It's the cross from Nico Williams, he gets time on the ball, just bends it into a good area, and Mane gets in between a couple of defenders, and it's a good technical header. It's an excellent start, not particularly good defending. High Bridge just allows his man to get away from him, but what a good header that is.
There's a bang in the ribs for the goal scorer there. Whether that was because it was a bit painful that the celebration was a bit mooted, or out of respect for the youngsters he's playing against. Jurgen Klopp may be a bit concerned about his main striker tonight, or central striker tonight anyway. Mo Salah won't probably thank me for calling him his main striker. One of the main strikers. Back by Hayden, who's playing on the right-hand side of midfield. Trying to get forward when they can. Fabinho. Jake Walker at right back has been recalled from a loan spell at Alvechurch, and well, they are youngsters with plenty of development left in their bodies, but Liverpool have twice felt the pain in the first 5 minutes of collisions. That's one not mixed with the pleasure of scoring a goal. Milner takes one there.
It was Hayden that went in with him. Didn't have any intent whatsoever. Full-blooded challenge by both players. Showing his versatility once again. James Milner playing at left back. Quite often he even does that when he's playing central midfield, doesn't he? When Robertson goes down the left-hand side, he just fills in at left back for him.
Kane Hayden, who's 18. And actually moved up ahead of schedule into the older squad, the under-23 squad, who play under-23, under-21 football. He's done so well in the under-18s. Here's Fabinho, who is really the senior centre-back. He's had all sorts of partners: Reece Williams, Jordan Henderson, as we mentioned, and Nat Phillips, who's on the bench tonight, who seemed to be about to pursue a career elsewhere, but was suddenly needed in the squad. Here's Reece Williams. Any danger of Mane going off, although Jurgen Klopp was indicating that might be the case. He might have not been overjoyous with his goal, but he will be hungry for more. You can absolutely count on that. Henderson. No, I don't think that was quite what he was intending. Playing the way out with Callum Rowe, the left back.
It's easy for Liverpool to keep switching play from one side of the field to the other. Once again, you see Nico Williams playing high and Henderson just dropping into the right-sided centre-back position.
What we haven't touched on, Stuart, is that just over a year ago, the circumstances were reversed, not through any health reasons, but Liverpool were needed for the World Club Cup, and they were drawn to play Aston Villa here in the League Cup on an inconvenient day, shall we say, and they played their kids, and they got beaten 5-0, and Liverpool seniors went on and became world champions a few days later. A sacrifice that was made in a good cause. Fabinho. Minamino. Taxi himself. And a bit of hustle and bustle around Ben Cresene. Liverpool were interested in signing him, we're told, from Exeter, but Villa got in first. Bayern Munich also liked what they'd heard about him or seen. It's one of those who you might well hear more of.
It's going to be difficult for these Aston Villa players to show their quality on the ball, because they're not going to have it for much of the game. Even then, when the ball is played from back to front, really only got one target man, and he's not a big player either, Louis Barry.
No, he did have pretty much an entire season a few years back as the left back. He's happy to play anywhere. Salah. Minamino and Wijnaldum has wasted what looked like a gilt-edged opportunity. Had more time probably than he thought. Couldn't wait for it to come down. Couldn't keep it down.
I just wonder if he used the wrong technique here. Could he have just got his body away from the ball and put his foot that little bit higher and hit it with his laces? Maybe not. Just trying to lob it back over the goalkeeper. Minamino making the run from outside to in, allowing Wijnaldum that space to make his forward movement.
Yeah, it was the easiest, if anything was easy about it, way to try and score in that situation, just to loop it into the top corner. He just got it wrong. Been 8 previous meetings between these two in the FA Cup. Villa won the first back in 1897, and the most recent in 2015. Much more successful in all the others. Although they know the odds are heavily tilted in their favour, still from Liverpool's point of view, to get an early goal, having not scored in their last 2 games, which sure that the any early anxieties at not breaking through. They've got a job to do here tonight. Just be interested to see whether Jurgen Klopp takes it. He said in his pre-match interview he just wants to get through to the next round. That hasn't always looked the case in this competition. Of course, they've had great European adventures and been pushing for Premier League titles. The domestic cups might have seemed a little bit of an inconvenience.
What Jurgen Klopp will be looking at. Can we break down a team that are sitting deeply? Rather than pass it square and take too many passes, can we be more dynamic? When they're playing at their best, that's what Liverpool are. They're the most dynamic team in the Premier League. Not so against Southampton.
And not so at Newcastle really either, where it looked as though they were playing in a way that, oh, a goal will come, but it didn't. One's come early tonight. You can see the drilling they've been able to do. Mark Delaney and his the 23 coaches try and just shuttle across men behind the ball, but the movement, that's just got away from Henderson. And the physicality in the middle, as we saw on the goal, really, to very immature centre-backs, beaten by Sadio Mane, as was the goalkeeper, Onodi.
His movement's excellent. He starts to go towards the ball and then just comes back in behind Bridge. You don't have to be the biggest striker in the world to win balls in the air. You just have to have good movement, good anticipation, and the technical ability and the spring as well.
Yeah, he's a very good header of the ball. And he often gets goals at the back post when he's playing from the left-hand side. Just came with a little dig in the ribs as well.
The difference between Liverpool and many other sides is when the ball goes into wide areas, the forwards know the cross is going to come into the box. So many teams turn away from the cross and come back out and try and play across the defence. Not Liverpool. No surprise that Liverpool have dominated possession. 88%. Could get more and more as the game wears on.
One of the issues in English football is what is the academy football, what is the under-23 football, and does it really prepare for what you might call the man's game, first-team football? So a lot of it is technical development, and rightly so. England have been accused down the years, down the decades, of not working on that. Henderson, and it's just knocked away by Bridge, but Salah has reclaimed it. Bridge does the same.
Well, Bridge was looking at his goalkeeper to be more positive there. He started to come, but wasn't completely assured of getting there.
Seen the value of a cross. It was Curtis Jones actually put it in for the goal, and Bridge gets it away this time. He's described to us before the game as a ball-playing central defender, but aren't they all? The head-it, kick-it variety don't seem to be picked up as young players by the big clubs. Wijnaldum, that's better. That's the way to deal with it defensively. And danger averted. I'm sure they have good role models. Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings, the centre-backs in the first team, have been doing very well. Milner. Away is the cry. Needed Bogar's header to give some distance to it in the end. Back with Henderson.
Well, that was a blast from the past from James Milner. Started his career as a winger. Leeds United. A bit of trickery from him then to get the cross in.
And to get Louis Barry on the ball. You can see he's got natural speed and he's technically very good. matches will be few and far between, one suspects. Milner, who did get into first-team football as a 16-year-old. 20 seasons as a league professional. Fantastic. Wijnaldum. Henderson. Minamino. Towards Mane, he's trying to guide it down. Nice work from Hayden. Get it up to Barry, but Fabinho in quickly.
Yeah, Louis Barry was looking for that ball. Played right down the side, in behind Fabinho. It's quite good enough.
Here's Jones, who's really using this season to his advantage. He did the second part of last season. He made his early appearances in those FA Cup games against lower division sides in the Jurgen Klopp last 2 or 3 years. Actually, Curtis Jones did score a Premier League goal against Aston Villa back in the summer at Anfield. Of course, is a former Villa player. That illustrious career, time spent in the stadium.
He was here for his last game, which was against West Ham, a 3-0 victory where he was outstanding, got a standing ovation as he went off the field.
It's a great take by Nico Williams, who is pushing Trent Alexander-Arnold, who was taken off at Southampton on Monday. Has he given the ball away, and this kind of data gets pushed our direction, and sometimes we wonder about it, but I repeat it again that he lost the ball, Alexander-Arnold, 38 times in the 70 minutes he was on the pitch before Jurgen Klopp substituted him. So Nico Williams may be playing for a spot in the next game, which is home to Manchester United. Mark Delaney trying to get a few points across to his youngsters.
He was a right back as well. Going back to your Nico Williams conversation there, I think he's probably a better 1v1 defender than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Maybe even has better positional sense.
Delaney had a good run as Aston Villa's first choice right back. He also played 36 times for Wales. Yeah, it is an Irish name, but he was born in Wales. He's a Welsh speaker. Coach at the more junior levels is George Boateng. They were both in that FA Cup final team that played Chelsea in 2000 at the old Wembley. Hayden has a crack. This is Husseini, but he can't get there.
Well, there's the two wide players. Hayden's playing on the right-hand side. Husseini playing on the left. That midfield five.
Take from Minamino, not under huge pressure, but still good skill. Henderson. I feel that a Liverpool target here, having conceded 7 in the Premier League game early October, they would like to get 7. In the Premier League, they did win here a few years back, 6-0. But organisation such as it's been possible for a team that is captained there by Dominic Revan. It's just made Jurgen Klopp's team not open up at will. They're having to work for their chances, and it's pleasing to be able to say that.
20 minutes in, they've scored 1 goal and they've created the other chance for Wijnaldum. They haven't actually opened up Aston Villa.
Henderson. One of the criticisms of the locally produced players from Premier League statistics on the senior side is not enough English players get the chance to play. Well, there's a good raft of them here tonight in Villa's colours. It's an FA Cup tie, not a Premier League game. It is that kind of first-team experience. But here's Wijnaldum. Is he going to do better this time? It's a good block in the end.
There's that injection of pace which Liverpool can put into a game. Ball played in, flick round the corner. Wijnaldum making his forward run. Great little flick from Mane. First touch is excellent. Then he just had to take another one, which allowed Bridge to come across.
Short corner. Jones. In by Milner. And Henderson. Barry chasing in vain to try and get into the game. He was with West Bromwich Albion from about 6 years old until he left for Barcelona. He's a Villa fan, or so he says. Maybe that's what you'd expect him to say. Having got that West Brom heritage, not too far away from here, of course.
Good challenges from Rowe, the left back, when he's gone out to Nico Williams. Should be a threat. Williams is good in the air, so too that man there, Fabinho.
First contact is important. Comes back to Jones, comes out to Fabinho. It's a good save, but the danger's not over. Maybe the post came to the goalkeeper's rescue then.
Well, the first save was a good one. I wonder if it either hit the post or hit his elbow, but certainly a good save to start with.
Yeah, Fabinho was sizing it up, wasn't he? Eyeing up the goal. Here goes Louis Barry. He's done very well. It's the first surge in the attacking sense, halfway through the first half, coming just after Villa was so close to going 2-0 down.
Yeah, good pace from Louis Barry, and strength as well. It was Jones that was after him. Looked as though Jones was going to catch him up here, but he shows good strength. Then the pace to get away from him, and a fairly decent cross into the box. Too many players in support.
Yeah, Bogard had beaten up the ground to get there, was the only real target. Ricky takes the corner. Hayden getting the ball in. There were 5 in there for Villa. And Kevin Kelleher is moving up the ladder. Alisson is actually the substitute tonight. But Kelleher has been around the scene for a couple of years without really getting game time. And now he's getting some in the domestic cup competitions.
He's had a couple of very good games in the Champions League, didn't he?
Milner. Still the one Sadio Mane early header for Liverpool on the scoreline. Henderson. There's not too much in the way of an outlet for the youngsters. That's lovely work from Nico Williams, and then Bridge gets in the way.
I just wonder whether a slight miscontrol here from Williams. Here's the shot from Fabinho. It's a decent save from the goalkeeper.
And we'll see from this angle what happened afterwards.
It's that left hand, he just gets up in time. First save.
Terrific double save, as it turned out, for the young Hungarian. Marcos Onodi. Hung up as the corner towards Fabinho. That will always be a bit of a problem. He could have scored a couple.
He just gets away from his man. He's good in the air as well, Fabinho. He didn't get over the top of that one. This is where they have a problem, Aston Villa, when they go long here. really a target to hit. Hit Hayden out on the right-hand side a couple of times. They'll try and win the knockdowns.
And he wins another header. Mango Bridge. The other issue we might draw upon as the game goes on, Stuart, is what's going to happen to these players. Are they going to get into Aston Villa's first team? If they don't, where do they go? How disappointed will they be not to make it at a top Premier League club? Although some of them would have been recruited when Villa were in the Championship. There are a lot of players at these big clubs, and only 25 can be in the first team squad. Here is Louis Barry, who might be one of those who could be the exception. The rule taken on by Hayden, who's had some good moments already, and coming in the back post was Bogard, and that's again made Liverpool honest at the back, that's for sure.
Yeah, because they gave the ball away. They had it pinched off them here. Fabinho just a bit too casual. Now, when he's running here at Reece Williams, just tries to go past him down the outside in the end. That's a good cross from Hayden. Just don't have enough players in the box. It's Jones, the player that has to deal with it in the end, but it's Bogard again that made the forward run. He's pleased his coach.
And Aston Villa have a corner. As they look for an improbable equaliser. Went out directly, or whether Nico Williams did get a touch on it. There was a great dispute that it should be a corner rather than the goal kick. Milner, pressed by Hayden. And again. It's a slightly risky ball. Reece Williams sorted his feet out, and then Curtis Jones, who's a little bit more comfortable in possession, coming out to Nico Williams. It's only the second time that they've met in a third round tie back in 1985. Liverpool won 3-0 at Anfield, a couple of goals from the great Ian Rush. Wijnaldum. Milner enjoying some freedom down this left-hand side. And putting in a very good cross. Salah sort of turned on that, really. Coming in as if he was absolutely determined to bulge the back of the net.
Well, it's the advantage of being two-footed, as Milner is. Can chop it from one foot onto the other. Does really well just to get his foot underneath that and lift it to the far post. And again, you see Liverpool have players in the box. Interesting that he is playing through the middle today. And I felt that Minamino would be playing as the withdrawn centre forward, and Mane would play on the left-hand side and make those dynamic runs from outside to in. It's not the case.
Yeah, Minamino's been often used in his short time as a relatively short time as a Liverpool player as the understudy for Firmino. And Salah's got the speed here, and he's got the direction of the pass. Henderson. To get enough players back. Yes, it's good defending. Given that they conceded a goal so early, they knuckled down really.
Yeah, Silla does really well here. Just gets himself into a good position. Henderson was trying to cut the ball back.
Reece Williams. Does well enough. He's one of the older ones at 21. Comes from Leicester. Really is a time for him to show what he can do at this level. Well, they're blowing a bit, understandably so. But half an hour gone, only one goal conceded. Well done, the Villa boys. Called by Bridge. Walker going in strongly. Go on is the cry from the Liverpool bench to Nico Williams. Salah back to Henderson. It's the goalkeeper's ball.
That was disappointing for Henderson, because as soon as this little back heel from Salah was set up from, you know that Henderson's going to whip that ball in. He does it so often, usually with a bit more pace on it. It's a clever play from Salah. Knows he's dragging a couple of defenders across the field to open it up for Henderson. Just gets underneath it too much on that occasion.
Liverpool got to the 5th round last season, then they lost 2-0 at Chelsea when Ross Barkley, who is at Villa at the moment on loan from Stamford Bridge, was a scorer. It was quite a story at the time, because Barkley, of course, from Liverpool, ex-Everton. Jones, very much from Liverpool himself. Losing out. A shrug of the shoulders there from Salah. And keeper Anodi has to gets good distance to the clearance in the end. Salah. Greg Forson, we haven't mentioned him, have we? Half an hour gone. It's been an easy game to referee. Reiki went in there a little bit too strongly.
The foul against Minamino in the end.
Which Bridge takes. Flag was up. 4 of the 8 previous meetings between these two clubs in this competition have been semi-finals. Games like Bramall Lane and the old White Hart Lane, Old Trafford, and Robbie Fowler scored a couple in a 3-0 Liverpool win. And of course, Wembley as it is now. Christian Benteke and Fabian Delph looking at the Liverpool of 2015, earlier in the year, of course, the year when Jurgen Klopp came in later in the October after the departure of Brendan Rodgers, who's certainly come again as a Premier League and potential FA Cup winning manager. Fabinho. Hayden. He's caught the eye, hasn't he? Maybe he's just down beneath us, but he's been confident on the ball and he's covered a lot of distance, trying to get up in support when he can to the often isolated Louis Barry. Start of what is a subdued version, we have to say, this year of one of the great weekends in the English football calendar, the 3rd round of the FA Cup. There's another game going on not too far away from here, Wolves against Crystal Palace, so in this stage of the competition to set the ball rolling, so to speak. And here comes Salah. Is he going to pick out? He's gone for goal himself, and again Anodi, fresh from that double save, does distinguish himself once more.
Sometimes they're the more difficult saves, because Salah's clever here. He tries to go back into the near post, go between the legs of the defender. It's a good left hand he gets to it. There's enough power on it just to push it away for a corner. 2 or 3 good saves he's now made. He had no chance with the goal, that's for sure.
Well, they're not putting the pressure on him from the set pieces. Another out-swinging corner. And Fabinho does get his head to it. Salah with a miss kick. And he's Liverpool youngsters are seeing that these godlike figures in the other team are human. I'm sure Mark Delaney would be thrilled if they come in just 1-0 down, having conceded so early. Reiki gets it out to Rowe. Sene and Barry working in tandem. Barry's ball for the hard-running Kane Hayden. He's making Milner work back. Fabinho. Now Milner. Has been a switch, at least for the moment. With, Mane back on the left. Minamino coming from the centre to be involved here for Wijnaldum. Quite there at the far post, but Liverpool keep it alive. Over Minamino. Milner. Always rising.
That was good Liverpool play down this left-hand side. Forward runs, forward passes. This is the last effort. Came back from the cross from the right-hand side. Tries to hit through the back of the ball, just slices it and gets underneath it, James Milner. There's 10 attempts from Liverpool, 5 on target. Keeper's done well so far.
Boga. Ooh, and that's unfortunately hit Silla. Trying to make up for it, wasn't really his fault. Henderson. Wijnaldum. Here's Minamino. Salah through the middle this time. Milner. Passage of play very much in the general shape of this first 38 minutes. Villa youngsters are tracking across, working hard to keep their defensive shape, not overawed. Whether they might be later on overrun, we'll see. But it's been a very good stab at their first go at senior football here. Mane is the one player who's breached their resistance. And it's his cross. Confusion at the back post. Nico Williams just came in a bit too far. George gets it away. Sene had to play it back, and which gives it away to Henderson. Minamino, but Jones can't get there, and Hayden will. And here's Kane Hayden again.
Just for a moment there, Liverpool were holding a high line.
And now it's Villa who might be exposed for having their line too high. It was a bit of a shirt tug actually by Salah, and Craig Pawson would have reacted to that if Rowe hadn't come away with the ball.
That's where Aston Villa have done quite well so far. I haven't seen too many times when Liverpool run in behind them. So often you see in Premier League games, Salah making a run in behind, the outside to in run. Same with Mane. When the ball changes hands, they break quickly. Really seen that so far from Liverpool.
Just 7 times FA Cup winners, Aston Villa. This ground, a huge history, was for decades a semi-final venue. And here's Barry, he's away here. A great moment for him, and he makes the most of it. And Aston Villa, with their young guns, have equalised here against the mighty Liverpool. And it's Louis Barry who's done it. That's what the fuss is all about.
It was only a few moments ago I was talking about had a chance to play the ball in behind because Liverpool were holding a high line. Well, there you saw the pace of Louis Barry, even playing as a lone striker against the back four. If the ball's played at the right time, the run is right, and the opposition try and hold a high line, you can still get in, and that's exactly what he does here. He showed a lack of pace from Rhys Williams as well. He just spins in behind. He's onside when the ball's played. Two centre-halves, too square, too big a gap between them, but what a lovely finish it was. He showed strength with the run, good pace, he showed strength there. And then the composure, has a little look at the goalkeeper. No worries at all, just bends it into the corner. That's a great goal from Louis Barry.
Well, it's a pretty unemotional reaction from a coach who's seen plenty of him, I suppose, in the year that he's been at the club. And that's what Barcelona saw in him, although it didn't work out in Spain for the youngster. It's worked out tonight. It's a good name for Aston Villa, isn't it? Barry, Gareth Barry was here for a long time, a stellar career. The player who's played the most ever Premier League games. Not all of them for Villa, of course, but a good chunk of them. Well, well, well. Here is Rhys Williams, somewhat embarrassed by that, and I think it showed again that the options that Jurgen Klopp has in the absence of Van Dijk, the absence of Gomez, the absence of Matip, are a little limited. You don't have 7 or 8 top class centre-halves on your books. That's the way it is. Because obviously the transfer window's open now, and he won't be worried about it, but certainly in the other dugout we're thinking, is there going to be investment on a defender who of course might be surplus to requirements once those that I've named are fit again. I don't think we'll see Van Dijk or Gomez this season. And there's a lot of this season left.
Well, they just need to get to half-time now, Aston Villa. Level peggings with Liverpool. Great encouragement coming out for the second half. Certainly play with more confidence, that's for sure.
It's a bit untidy from Bogart, but tidy enough for referee Pawson to let the youngster clear it. The Dutchman from Feyenoord. Out comes the bridge, and look at the optimism here now. It's amazing what a goal can do. And that could be booking. It certainly looked that way for Curtis Jones.
That's had to come out with the ball from a centre-back position, made the interception.
Well, that's why they coach them the way they do, the young central defenders, ball-playing defenders.